The Galactic Council hall was massive, filled with glowing lights and towering alien figures. When the human data appeared in the air, the silence lasted only 1 second. Then laughter exploded from every side. Some aliens laughed softly. Others roared. A few even struck the floor in amusement. On the hologram, numbers kept rising. Intelligence level. Learning speed. Adaptability. The values went far beyond anything recorded before. "This is an error," an alien scientist said sharply. "No species from a low-gravity world should reach this level." Another counselor sneered. "They are new to the galaxy. Primitive. Emotional. Weak." At the center of the hall stood one human. He did not argue. He did not smile. He simply watched as the council mocked his entire species. The Supreme Council leader lifted a clawed hand. "We have tested thousands of civilizations," he said. "Many smarter than humans. All of them failed our final intelligence trial." The human finally spoke, calm and steady. "And yet," he said, "you still fear the numbers on that screen." The room grew quiet. Some aliens shifted uneasily. The laughter faded. The Supreme leaned forward. "Very well," he said slowly. "We will give humanity the impossible test." The human nodded once. "That," he replied, "is where this truly begins." The lights in the council hall dimmed as a new structure rose from the floor. It was not a machine, not a room, but a shifting space of glowing symbols and moving shapes. Even veteran council members watched in silence. This was the final intelligence test. No species had ever completed it. An alien technician spoke proudly. "This test breaks minds. It changes rules without warning. Time flows unevenly. Logic contradicts itself." Inside the chamber, reality bent. Paths looped back on themselves. Choices erased previous answers. Every mistake made the next problem harder. Ancient races had gone mad here. Others had begged to leave. Alien observers relaxed, confident again. 5 minutes, one whispered. "That is all humans will last." The human stepped forward without hesitation. As the chamber closed around him, sensors locked onto his brain activity. The screens lit up instantly. Something unexpected happened. Instead of panic, the readings showed calm. Instead of confusion, patterns appeared. The human did not rush to solve anything. He stopped. He observed. He waited. "Why isn't he responding?" a scientist asked. Inside the test, the human looked at the shifting symbols and spoke softly, as if to himself. "This isn't a puzzle," he said. "It's a trap." The chamber reacted. The symbols fussed. For the first time in history, the test hesitated. Inside the shifting chamber, the human did not touch a single symbol. The test changed again. Walls folding into new shapes, rules rewriting themselves in real time. Alarms softly chimed, signaling rising difficulty. The council expected panic. They saw none. The human began to speak, his voice steady. "Every species before me tried to win," he said. "That is why they failed." On the screens, his brain activity formed strange patterns. Not reaction spikes. Not stress waves. It was something else. Analysis layered on analysis. He stepped forward and deliberately made a wrong choice. The chamber reacted violently, rearranging itself to punish the error. But instead of confusion, the human smiled. "There it is," he said quietly. Outside, alien scientists leaned closer. "He's breaking the test," one whispered. The human continued, choosing errors on purpose, watching how the system responded. Slowly, a hidden structure revealed itself. The test was not measuring intelligence. It was measuring obedience to fixed logic. "You reward compliance," the human said, looking at the glowing walls. "Not understanding." He stopped moving. The chamber froze again. On the main screen, a warning appeared for the first time in council history. "Test parameters compromised." The laughter was long gone now. The council realized the truth too late. The human was no longer solving the test. He was studying its creators. The chamber slowly opened, its glowing walls dim and unresponsive. The human stepped out without a single mark on him. No alarm sounded. No verdict appeared. The council stared in stunned silence. "That test was perfected over millions of years," an elder scientist said. "It cannot be broken." The human looked up at the massive council seats. "You didn't build it to be solved," he replied. "You built it to control thinking." A ripple of unease spread through the hall. Data screens activated on their own, replaying human history. Wars. Collapses. Near-extinction events. each one followed by sudden leaps in innovation. "We don't evolve in peace," the human continued. "We evolve in failure." The council watched as simulations showed humans adapting faster after disasters, learning from mistakes instead of avoiding them. "Your civilizations avoided chaos," he said calmly. "We were born in it." An ancient counselor spoke quietly. "Then your intelligence. It was shaped by suffering." The human nodded. "Every mistake forced us to think differently. Every loss taught us restraint." The hall was silent now, heavy with realization. For the first time, the council understood the truth. Human intelligence was not high because humans were superior. It was high because they survived what should have destroyed them. And they learned from every second of it. The council hall felt smaller now. The towering seats, once symbols of power, seemed distant and unsure. No one laughed anymore. Many avoided looking at the humans standing below them. A military counselor finally broke the silence. "If humans think this way," he said carefully, "why has the galaxy not been conquered already?" The question echoed through the hall. Several council members leaned forward, waiting for the answer they feared. The human took a slow breath. "Because intelligence without limits destroys itself," he said. "We learned that lesson early." New images appeared on the screens. Human weapons, never fully deployed. Conflicts stopped before total annihilation. Systems where humans chose cooperation over domination. "You expected ambition," the human continued. "But you misunderstood restraint." Whispers spread among the counselors. Fear replaced doubt. If humans could break the greatest test, what else could they break? An ancient leader spoke in a low voice. "Then tell us. What happens if humans stop holding back?" The human met his gaze. "Then the galaxy would not survive long enough to regret it." Silence followed. Not angry silence. Not mocking silence. Respectful silence. The Supreme Council leader slowly stood. His voice was heavy. "We misjudged you." The human nodded once. For the first time in galactic history, the Council felt fear, not of invasion, but of potential. And that fear was far worse. The Supreme Council leader slowly raised his staff, and the hall responded at once. Ancient symbols lit the air, signaling a binding decision. This was not debate. This was law. "From this moment," he declared, "humanity will no longer be classified as a minor civilization." Murmurs spread, but no one objected. A new rule formed on the central hologram, glowing brighter than all others. It was short. It was final. No species was allowed to test, threaten, or underestimate humans again. The human watched quietly as the galaxy changed around him. "We offer you a role," the Supreme continued. "Not as rulers. Not as weapons. But as observers and advisors. You see what we miss." The human considered this. "We don't want control," he said. "Only responsibility." The council accepted without argument. Historical records updated instantly. Humans were now listed as strategic overseers, a title never given before. Fear remained, but it was controlled, shaped into respect. As the meeting ended, the human turned to leave. Behind him, an ancient counselor whispered, "They thought intelligence meant knowing everything." The Supreme replied softly, "Humans proved it means learning from anything." The doors closed. Across the galaxy, civilizations would remember this day. The day laughter ended, and understanding began.